Warning! This video idea is shamelessly stolen from Nurbit. I'm a talentless hack and I've never had an original idea in my life. For his 101st and 111th videos, he's set out to beat Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 with only items contained in those corresponding vaults. Guess what number video this is gonna be for me? Hopefully, unless I fuck up somehow. So, I start my life the same way all women do, in a Vault 21 jumpsuit. Due to the nature of the video, I have to kiss the courier's stash items goodbye, including my iconic lightweight leather armor. This will come as a shock to you, I'm sure, but obviously the first stop on this playthrough is going to be the strip, because I can't really do much until then, you know? Unlike last time, I do the sensible thing by going through Black Mountain instead of Deathclaw territory. It goes well because I encounter no super mutants, and also no other enemies the entire rest of the way to Vegas. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but there's no way I'm getting into Vegas one of the normal ways. Well, I guess I could do GI Blues, but way too late. Instead, I blow right past the guards to the monorail and go in that way, with just a few extra bullet holes in me and my vault suit than before. Alright, now that we're here, let's loot the place, shall we? At the end of it all, here's what I've got. 1 atomic cocktail, 1 barrel cactus fruit, 5 beers, 1 buff out, 4 cram, 4 dirty water, a doctor's bag, 2 hydra, a Med-X, 5 noodles, 3 Nuka-Colas, 10 purified water, 1 Rad-X, rat meat, Salisbury steak, a scotch, 9 sunset sarsaparilla, 2 turbo, 2 shots of I forgot I wrote it like that, 3 whiskey, 4 wine, 434 caps, a pressure cooker, a ton of spare outfits, and a lot of pool cues. I also figure, hey, Sarah's in Vault 21, and so is all her stock, so maybe she has some useful items I can... 1 sarsaparilla. Awesome. Okay, well, this isn't exactly a good haul, but I've got a plan. This is a good one. First part of the plan is to go to the tops and confront Benny. I tell him I'll meet him in the presidential, but then I hit the bricks, because I know that won't go in my favor. When I flee, so does he, off to Cottonwood Cove. Vulpez, the hero of this playthrough, invites me to Cottonwood Cove as well, and I accept. My closest fast travel point to there is a Repcon, so it's a pretty long walk where I'm left alone with just my thoughts. Most of my thoughts were something to the effect of, pick that plant, you'll need it for health later, or loot that corpse for good stuff. Awful. Usually I play with just loot menu on, but I turned it off because I just knew that I would fuck up and start digging in someone's pockets if I left it on. Upon my arrival at the fort, Kaisar wants me to go into House's bunker, but that is not a priority. Instead, I talk to Vulpez again and start the Finger of Suspicion. This quest takes place inside Vault 21. The Omerta is involved in it, or inside Vault 21. Ergo, all their belongings are inside Vault 21. See what I'm getting at? Oh yeah. From their pockets, I take a combat knife, a 10mm SMG, a sawn-off shotgun, 15 10mm rounds, and 8 12-gauge rounds. Perhaps this is uncouth of me to say, but I was maybe hoping for a little more. Still, I return to Vulpez and let him know. Now, I'll go do what Kaisar demanded. Sorta. I guess there is a bit of a moral dilemma here. Does using the chip to open the doors technically count as using an item that wasn't from Vault 21? Maybe. But stop thinking so much. Thanks. Because I have some level of foresight. Not much, but some. I put enough points into science to be able to shut off all the sentry guns. I didn't get enough to disable the robots too, but I'm not worried about them. I'll be fine. Never mind, I fucking suck. I don't really want to start using my limited healing supplies all willy-nilly, you know? So instead, I hit the bricks. Real winners quit. I just leave the bunker, take a brief nap in one of the bedrolls, and now it's round 2. Let's go! Stupid fucking robots, didn't plan for that one now, did ya? The XP I get from activating Securitrons goes right into toughness, because this perk provides the only armor I can actually get. So now Kaisar is happy, and House is happy, and Benny is sad, and I'm getting out of here. I watch House's presentation, again, in Bugge's Tower for Emily. Both of these things help me level up, allowing me to take Stonewall, which I'm sure will be very useful later. I'm also sure that you can guess this, but I plan to side with House. Figure it makes sense. Vault 21 is on the strip, House is the adult despot that owns the strip, you know? But when he sends me to recruit the boomers, I still decide to double down a little by agreeing to for Crocker as well. George valiantly takes a few mortars for me, then inside Nellis I get to work killing some ants. Believe it or not, these bugs kinda hit hard. But just like the robots, these big stupid ants don't we expect to kick rocks, sleep on it, and come back to finish the job. Rather than go to Helios to repair the boomer's solar panels, I opt to just level up one more time to have enough repair to do it that way. To level up, I try my hand at finding a secret third way to complete I Put a Spell on You. I thought that, maybe, since I completed the Finger of Suspicion, I could tell Shu about Curtis being a traitor. Or maybe that Curtis would have unique dialogue when confronted in the tower after telling him you know that he's a spy. I'm disappointed to learn that neither of these are the case, because Curtis never even goes out to the tower. Although I can still tell him about the break-ins and he reacts as if I don't already know he's the spy. Maybe I didn't try hard enough and there is a secret third option, but meh. I'm sure the wiki would also have this information, but that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them! Instead, I do talent pool. Billy is convinced to go work for Tommy immediately. Nabbing Hadrian from James requires me to spend 150 of my remaining 430 cap. I tossed all the caps from quests away. I only wanted to use ones from Vault 21. Recruiting the Lonesome Drifter and Bruce Isaac is also free. Of course, the two of them are right near Helios, so doing things this way was a little bit pointless, but... Fixing the solar panels allows me to start to go after the lady in the water. And I think, hey, wait a second, I got a pressure cooker from Vault 21 earlier. I can use that to get the rebreather from Jack. This is perfect! But then I go talk to him and I second think, well, the rest of the rebreather isn't exactly from Vault 21, so damn. Of course, you could also say, well, Noel's detonator isn't from Vault 21, why are you allowed to use that? And I'd answer, shut up, nerd. With the boomers on our side now, House sends me to handle the Omertas. Usually I'd just go in shooting, but due to the lack of firepower available to me, well, I guess they'll get to live. This time. The cute receptionist tells me to go find Caccino, who I rob of his journal to blackmail him into helping me. Part of that help involves getting Troik out of his contract with Big Sal. I lack the speech, barter, and caps to do that. So I sell some Vault 21 garbage to Sarah in Vault 21 for her special Vault 21 caps. Now I can buy his contract. He hands me some thermite to use to blast the Omerta's weapon supply with. As for Clennon, I just cut that sick fuck's head clean off and return to Caccino. Together, we meet with Big Sal and Nero. But before they can start talking, I start stabbing them from behind while Caccino shoots them from the front. Once their bodies hit the floor, the second Caccino turns his back to me, I stick a knife in his too. The rest of the Omertas don't have a clue what happened, so I can just leave them all to fall to a power vacuum. You know what they say, all's well that ends, as well as it could have. Now, the Brotherhood. I've been very lenient with them the past few videos, but I don't have much of a choice this time if I'm sticking with House. I comply with their demands, for a while, so I go to deal with Dobson. I tried doing things the easy way, but he insisted on making things difficult for me, and for that, he ate the wrong end of a pool cue for like 2 minutes straight before keeling over. Once I'm given free reign to do as I please in the bunker, I get to work slipping the 3 self-destruct keycards out of everyone's pockets and into my satchel. Upon activating the self-destruct sequence, I run like hell, and almost make it out with no consequence. Then get shot down by a single Gauss. I still don't know which one it is. Rifle shot at the exit. Second time went way better than the first, but to get past the 2 chuckleheads at the exit I have to use some of my carefully saved supplies. I decide one of my turbos will do the job to avoid getting hit. I still take one someone tell me how it's pronounced. Rifle hit to the back, but I successfully dodged the other, so I get out alive while the Brotherhood gets buried in concrete. Now, House wants me to go defend the president at Hoover Dam. Don't dawdle, he tells me. I'm a dawdler. I'm the final boss of dawdlers, because look, I go there, right? But then I see the NCR radio operator running behind me. Bam! New side quest that nobody sent me on. Okay, what's the funniest place I can get this guy to hand me the radio? In my New Vegas video, he gave it to me inside House's control room. I wanted to top that. And trust me, this is the only thing I'll be topping in my entire life. So just let me have this, okay? And it comes to me, Zion Canyon. Zion is 2 in-game weeks away from the Mojave, meaning that he'll have to chase me for at least 2 weeks to give me that fucking radio. Maybe you're thinking, oh, what about Big Mountain? A, I don't want to. B, I can't complete Old World Blues within the confines of this run. C, I don't have any location near the crash site discovered. I don't really think I can take on the White Legs at the start. I mean, they're mean motherfuckers. So I do the same thing I did in the Lonesome Road Nuclear Winter video, where I just jump into the river and loop all the way around to skip that fight entirely. That sentence probably makes no sense if you didn't watch that video. The name was misleading on purpose. Along the walk to Joshua, I finally mess up for the first time and pick some Xander route. Thankfully, I realized the mistake immediately and put it back down. I start to regret coming here because I have about 10 close calls in the first few minutes. I keep Follow's truck with me to deal with some of those close calls, even though he's technically not from Vault 21, but whatever. I use up that 1 scotch I got from the vault earlier to sterilize the medical equipment. Honestly, it's a stroke of fortune that I didn't sell that thing to Sarah earlier to pay for Troik's contract. There's a few more things I have to do, like apparently step in 2 bear traps like some kind of idiot bear, but also disabling a few more bear traps, and foreclosing on a bear's house. When all the fetch quests are done, I choose to make the Sorrows leave Zion. During all the fleeing, I get caught off guard by a ton of White Legs, and make a difficult decision to chug 4 dirty waters and 4 crams. During the fight with Salt, I also have to use my barrel cactus fruit, all of my noodles, and a Nuka-Cola. And that's when I'm realizing, I'm holding the emergency radio. What the fuck? I swear to God that radio operator never talked to me. Never. How? How did he get it to me? You're telling me I came here for a funny bit and he's gonna deny me of it by just never showing up? All this, all the time spent, all the supplies gone, have all been for nothing? I made a save before leaving for Zion and I loaded back just to make sure it wasn't in my inventory. Then I sat through the opening slides again and sure enough that fucker slipped it into my satchel. I'm upset. I'm in shock. Absolutely aghast. Maybe you can't hear it in my voice, but that's just because of my accent. What a pointless waste of time this all was. You know what? That evil president will pay. Maybe you'd think I should be angry at the radio operator instead, but no, that's my boy. I could never stay mad at him. But that evil president will pay. It takes quite a few attempts. All the odds are against me here, and the Rangers simply gun me down a few times. The attempt that finally works, I use my last turbo to get right up to him and blast his head into pieces with all 15 of my 10mm shots. I use 5 of my sarsaparilla to get away, but oh, do I ever get away. Was it worth it? Financially? Hell no. Emotionally? Hell yes. Oh, you should have seen the look on House's face when I told him that I killed that son of a bitch. Oh man, I've never done maybe a little weed, but I've never done like drugs. But if I had to guess what I felt right then, oh, that had to have been as close as I'm ever gonna get to being high. It was awesome. On my way to El Dorado, the NCR hit squad comes and threatens me to get my act together. Lady, I just murdered your president. Do I look like I give a fuck what you people think about me? The troopers at the station do not care for me, but I'm not wearing my spurs, so I'm a master of stealth. On the way in, at least. On the way out, I have to use my only stim pack and 6 purified water. But seriously, killing Kimball was so worth it. I don't regret it at all. Now, during the second battle of Hoover Dam, I allowed the NCR and Legion to mostly distract each other while I watch from the sidelines. When I have to push forward, I let my 1 Securitron bodyguard do much of the fighting, and provide a little bit of a support with Super Slam. I only kill enemies myself when I absolutely have to, such as outside of the control room. My Securitron picks off one of the heavy troopers, but the one with the incinerator finally brings it down, so I have to pool Q him to death before plugging House into the dam. I also have to use my remaining sarsaparilla to heal up a bit. On my way topside though, I take a nice long sip from one of the sinks to finish healing. On the final stretch of the dam, I have to use my remaining purified water and 1 doctor bag after taking a 50 cal to the dome. But here we are, the Legate's camp. Okay, let's do a quick recap of the resources at my disposal. 1 atomic cocktail, 1 buff out, 2 Hydra, 1 Med-X, 1 Nuka-Cola, 1 pointless Rat-X, 1 rat meat, 1 Salisbury steak, 1 wine. Cool. Yeah, that's good. Oh, we're so fucked. Look, Mama may have raised a quitter, but I still wanted to give it the old college try. It never worked, obviously. Even one-on-one duels, he kept getting the best of me. Say whatever you want about me, but you can't say that I didn't try. So instead I talk the Legate down and send him running with his tail tucked between his toga. General Oliver does more or less the same when I use facts and logic to convince him to surrender. And just like that, anticlimactically, I beat Fallout New Vegas with only items from Vault 21. Oh, and Honest Hearts 2, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna go put my spurs back on. Hear that? They really do go jingle, jangle, jingle. I put them on the wrong feet. That's embarrassing.
You've done a good turn for the NCR, and now we'd like to do for you. Here's an NCR emergency 2-way radio. You call, and we'll come running.